Hey Cancer, it's me Stella Wilde and I'm here with your March 2019 video tarot scope for my Cancer's Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome. How was your February? What is going on, Cancer? Let's check in with the cards for you this month. I am going to be drawing one card for each week of March from my Osho Zen Tarot. Then I'll be following up with an angel card and an angel answers card at the end. As you may know, if you've been watching the channel, I usually mix it up every month and do a different style reading. If you have suggestions for questions or the types of readings you would like me to do, please do leave a comment below, and I am definitely open to suggestions. So I mean, I can't promise anything, but you know, I do kind of tune in each month with my higher self, my spirit guides, you know, however you want to call that, to determine how I do the reading. So, but like I said, I am open to suggestions. So as you also may know, I usually also do weekly readings, maybe every other week. And I didn't get to do any of those in February because I was so busy, and I was busy on a couple of different things. The first thing I was busy doing is putting together this new Daily Draw Tarot Journal. It's available on Amazon. I'll leave the link in the description. This is where you can keep track of your questions, your daily draw readings. If you draw a card a day to tune in with your energy or to learn the tarot, you can record your readings here and keep track of them. There's extra room to write more thoughts. So this is not an instructional book. This is just a journal to keep track of your readings. Also, I redid my website. You might want to check that out. I have come up with a few additional types of tarot readings at different price points. I've kind of changed my price structure a little bit to accommodate some more people. So please do check that out if you need a personal reading, because remember, these are general tarot readings that I am providing to you here free on YouTube. And they may not always be 100% applicable to your personal situation, which is also why you should watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Okay, so for all my new people, welcome. For all my returning people, good to see you again. So let's get into your month, Cancer. What is going on? I have already been shuffling and tuning in. Let's see what we have. Okay, so as you know, too, I like to see what cards pop out, what are sticking in my hand. It's been very interesting energy. And this one's like sticking out. I'm going to take that. Every sign this month has had some sort of indication of major transformation going on in their lives. And this is to be expected with Uranus now moving on March 6th into Taurus, and Chiron having already moved into Aries on February 18th. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Your month is bookended by completion, and at the end of your month, the Thunderbolt. And then we have creativity and guidance. We have two number 3s here. Very interesting. And then two major arcanas. This is going to be a big month for you, Cancer. Oh gosh, I don't know which came first. If it was creativity or guidance. I think it was guidance and then creativity. Okay. So I'm going to show you these cards and we'll get into it. But yeah, every sign, including yours, has had cards, major arcana cards of transformation. And you're starting your month off with the World card. This is completion in the Osho Zen deck. And you can see the last puzzle piece is falling into place of a situation that has recently ended and or is ending by this new moon on March 6th, the new moon in Pisces. So I feel that what's completing is some sort of spiritual understanding, because that new moon is in your 9th house of spirituality and philosophy and wisdom and etc. I feel like there's some sort of situation that is coming to a conclusion in which you are making, the spiritual lesson was gotten. Like you got the spiritual lesson and you get that last puzzle piece too, that last little bit of information that helps you make sense of the situation. And it is going to come intuitively because the last puzzle piece, notice, is coming to this person's third eye. Okay, so it's falling into place intuitively for you, that spiritual lesson where you understand why everything had to happen the way it did up to this point. Now, the middle of the month up to that full moon, we have 2 number 3 cards. So there's going to be a lot of creative energy. You're going to be connecting with a lot of like-minded creative people. There's going to be a lot of networking and communication. And I think also because the Mercury being retrograde, there's going to be a lot of connections from your past that are going to be resurfacing, and also past projects, because we have the creativity card here. We have the Empress card. So creative projects from the past, creative people from your past, a project you felt very, I don't want to just say motherly or fatherly toward, that you felt very like you wanted to nurture this project or this person even, having that wanting to nurture and grow the thing or person. That could be coming back into your life. There is a sense of communication from the beyond with this guidance card and the beautiful angel that, I can see it. You don't need to see my face. This beautiful angel that's on this card. So you're going to be getting divine communications as well. Now, about these creative projects, what's interesting about the number 3 is that this isn't, not third party energy at all. This is not about that. This is about you taking yourself and something else and creating a third thing. So, you take your creativity and your computer and you write a book. Okay. You take your nurturing and your child and you grow up a fantastic adult. You see what I'm saying? So the 2 things make a third, and that's what's happening for you this month, is this energy of merging with something else to make a third thing that is beautiful, is a beautiful product, a tangible result of listening to your guidance and indulging in your creative energy. And by that full moon in Libra on the 21st at the equinox, you're going to have a real illuminated insight as to the future potential of this creative project. All right, there's going to be some sort of intuitive communication from a spirit guide, some sort of sign, symbol, dream, even a helpful person suddenly appears and gives you a piece of information you need. Angels show up in a variety of ways. So it's going to be a very interesting middle of the month, but the connection to this creative project is to something from the past that you've already been involved with because of Mercury being retrograde. And the reason that you're able to really get into that energy this month, Cancer, is because this has been completed. Whatever this situation was, it was a drain on your energy and you were not able to be as full of vim and vigor and exuberance because this was a drag. So that's completing. And there's also a lightening of your spirit as a result of this completing. So now you can focus your energies on nurturing activities that you enjoy, and that should be a part of your month in March. I know sometimes people are like, oh, I don't have time. I don't have time to work on my book. I don't have time to write. I don't have time to cook a healthy meal. I don't have time to read a book to my child. I don't have time to... You have time. You do. It's all choices. You have time. So you got to make, what is the priority? The priority this month. And sometimes we're like, oh, but, I have to do it for 3 hours. Not necessarily. I tend to work better with big chunks of time. But, I've also done morning writing where I've had 20 minutes and I make use of that 20 minutes. And I do it every day. And at the end of, 6 months, you have this many pages. It adds up over time. So don't use I don't have time as an excuse, Cancer, because the energy's too beautiful this month to waste in excuses. All right, I'm going to pause the tape for 1 second. Yeah, I have to pause the video every 10 minutes so my computer doesn't have a freak out. It did melt down on 2 of the videos I was making, so, and I lost a portion, so that's why I have to pause. So apologies until I get a new computer. All right, so darling Cancers, make use of this energy this month and reconnect with even some sort of creative pastime that you've really enjoyed and that you haven't done in a while. Like I said, it doesn't have to be that you're doing it every day for 3 hours. It can be in smaller increments of time, but the important point is to start nurturing that side of you again. That side of you has been neglected, and it's really wanting to burst forth. And speaking of bursting forth, we end March for you on a thunderbolt. On a thunderbolt. This in regular tarot is the Tower card. So we start with a completion and we end the month with a big bang. So a beginning. There is, now this card isn't necessarily associated with beginnings. You know, if you read a tarot textbook, it's associated with Uranus, it's associated with sudden shocks and cataclysms and events that happen out of the blue. It can be associated with love at first sight. But I think in the context of our reading, this is a shake-up that shakes you up and out of a rut you have gotten into and into a fresh start and a new beginning. And I think the rut you've gotten into involves this. Like I said, you have not been nurturing that side of yourself. Your soul has been kind of crying out for that. And I think that there is going to be, you know, kind of an internal, I feel like this is more internal for you, an internal shake up of, yeah, I really, you know what? I really want to get back to this. And guess what? I'm going to enroll in art school. Like, you make the decision and it comes about suddenly. Or, yeah, you know, I'm going to join that writer's club. Or, yeah, I'm going to start knitting and join, like, I'm going to get up with people and learn some new knitting patterns and start doing that. Like, whatever it is that feeds your soul creatively. So I feel like, and I feel the decision's going to come fast. This could even be an opportunity that comes out of the blue that connects you with that situation, that you can, you know, do something a little more formal. Like I said, meeting with other people, because you have these number 3s, you know, connecting with other people in a group, doing the thing that you enjoy doing. And it doesn't mean you have to go back to school per se, but it could be a workshop, it could be a group that gathers, etc. You know what I'm saying. Now, I really feel like this, like I said, this card is more about shaking you out of a rut. Now, again, a general reading, but I will say this also. Cancers like their routines. They're kind of like Taurus like that, and Capricorn and Virgos. Cancers do, because they feel that there's safety. There's emotional safety in routine. That's why Cancers like routine. They like things to be the same because it's like they feel more in control that way, in emotional control. So Cancers, there could be something that happens that really pushes you, like I said, out of a comfort zone. This may not be applicable to this situation I already discussed. This could be some other sort of situation that happens. Everybody's situation is different. I can't say. This is general reading. This could even be a partner, a new possible partner coming in suddenly. You know, that sudden love, attraction, lust factor with this associated with this card. This could be some sort of breakdown, breakthrough, like breakdown of machinery, car, mechanics, something in your home, you know, something like that. But I feel in most instances it's more of possibly an emotional breakthrough, like a little bit of a breakdown to break through. Nothing calamitous, but just, you know, a situation, and it forces you again out of that comfort zone. But I feel like it's more the idea, like I said, of connecting with your creativity and suddenly making the decision to do something more formal about that. But with the Tower card, I do have to say that, like I said, there could be a sudden departure from your life of somebody who's been in your life And let me look at this imagery again. All the chakras, very interesting card. All the chakras are on fire in this Osho deck. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a fire that's why this card is associated with lust as well. There's a fire in the root chakra, the sexual chakra. There's a fire here, and even in the throat. There could be something that you're burning to say, Cancer, that you're dying to like get off your chest, and it may come out suddenly at the end of March. So that's another possibility as well. There could be some sort of unexpected, situation that crops up, and you can't hold back anymore, and you let loose this thing that has been on your mind, and you just have to get it out. It's been on your mind, it's been in your throat. It's like you've almost been like choking on it. It's got to get up. Like you've been having agita, you've been having heartburn over this situation, and some sort of unexpected event happens that makes you finally, you're like, I gotta like speak my piece. Like, come on, like WTF, like you just got to do it. So, but I have to say with the Tower card too, like sometimes just be prepared. I'm not saying you shouldn't speak your truth. We should speak our truth, but be prepared that that may cause some disruption and or a rupture in a relationship. It's possible with that Thunderbolt card. All right. I'm not saying it's gonna, but it's a possibility with this type of energy. All right. All right. Let's see what, all right, this card's sticking. I don't know what it is. Let's take it. I'm like shuffling. It's sticking in my hand. Check your angel card. Okay, children. Now I think this is interesting. I talked about reading a story to your children. I talked about like growing, spending time and nurturing your children. So this may be applicable to some Cancers. I also feel like this is the idea of nurturing your inner child, which I know some people are like, oh, poo-poo that idea. No, this is really important. Because when our inner child is not taken care of, he or she tends to throw a temper tantrum, and then we act out in ways that are very unhealthy for us. So I feel like this is related to your inner child really wanting to explore creativity, have fun, play with paint, play with art supplies, play with, I'm seeing like collage work, like playing, enjoying being out in the sun, playing fetch with the dog, like, whatever it is, like really nurturing that sense of play as a form of nurturing, not because you're trying to get something from it, but just because it's a part of being human and nurturing the human side of you. So I think that's quite interesting. There also could be some opportunities if you have children, or you have children in your life, that connecting with them and being inspired by their joy and creativity. Children are just so out there. They crack me up, right? They're just so of the moment and about, like, they just straight talkers, kids, right? They just tell the truth. So there could be some inspiration from the children in your life to take a cue, take action from their example through their joy and their creative expression. All right, now we're going to do Angel Answer card. You can think of a question, and we'll see what the answer is. We'll also see what this card is in relation to your reading. I think this is a really good month for you. I think that for many Cancers, the major transformation has kind of already happened. I think that it's kind of a time to just pause, reflect, nurture, play, the creative stuff I already said, because you already went through a situation that was transforming and that was completed. So I think that's why you don't really have a major transformational card here. I mean, the Thunderbolt possibly could be, but I feel like that's coming at the very, very tail end of March, like super at the end, like 29th, 30th, around that time. All right, let's see if a card pops out. I don't like when they don't pop right away. Okay, come on. This one's popping. All right, let's see. Oh, this came up for another sign too. I think Gemini. Forgiveness. So I think that ties in with this last piece of the puzzle here. All right, there's some sort of forgiveness that needs to be done. That's the last piece of that spiritual lesson that I was talking about earlier. And it's really about forgiveness for yourself, I feel. That there was some aspect of the situation that you felt you didn't handle appropriately. I think you did, but you're beating yourself up over it. So that needs to just be, I'm fine. I did the best I could with the knowledge I had at the time. And, you know, let it go with love. All right, Cancer, very interesting month for you. Yeah, I see you like just really involved in some fun activities this month. And just be careful at the end of the month about any sudden outbursts. Just know that if you speak your mind and speak your truth, that there could be some calamitous results from that, or a calamitous situation may cause you to not hold back. And just, you know, be aware. Like I said, I'm not saying you shouldn't speak the truth, but, you know, as we know, some people do not like to hear it. Anyway, Cancer, let's see what what March brings for you. Please do leave a comment and let me know how this resonates. And I hope you have a great March. That's it for me, Stella Wilde. I'll see you soon. Take care.